Hey YouTube, I'm out here in the garage today. I am going to be installing a Bimini top on my boat today, on my 2025 Tracker 175 TXW. I don't really want a Bimini. I don't see using a Bimini when I'm out fishing by myself, but I'm putting it on for my son and my wife. When they go out on the boat, they like a little shade. So I got one and I put it on for them. The one I got, I just got it off Amazon based on what a bunch of people in the fishing group said on Facebook. It's a Seamander. It was relatively inexpensive, less than $200. I got the 3-bow Bimini, and I am going to install it without drilling any holes in my boat. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. I don't expect it to take very long. What I'm going to do is mock it up first, make sure it fits inside the boat. I don't want the rails hanging out over the sides of the boat. I want it to tuck in here so that, and then I wanted to have it so it folds down. I guess there's a couple ways to do that with this setup, but we'll see when I get there. But that was the most important. I wanted it to sit inside the boat between the rails when it was folded down. So that's the way I'm going to install it. All right. So without further ado, here I go. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is see what we got here. We've got the poles for the top. The male and female versions. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out now. You know, considering the price of this thing, these parts seem fairly well made. I've got the 2 side support poles. All right, so these are the 2 mains. This is the 3rd one, and then this actually goes like this, doesn't it? So this will go towards the front. This is the front strap. This is the middle bow. This is the rear bow, and then this is the rear support, which I actually think I'm going to take off this rear support. That will make it, according to the instructions, that will make it so it folds down. If I left this on, I feel I could still fold it down, but I would have to undo the mount here every single time. And I think I'm going to start out by taking this off and trying to do it without it. And this rear, instead of having a solid pull, will have another strap just like this one. So that's the way I'm going to try it at first. If I don't like it, I'll try it out the other way. Here's the one for the other side. My hardware. And I have my own hardware for some of this, so I just need these mounts, all the screws. And I think that's all I'm going to use out of their hardware. Okay, here are the straps for the back. Gonna need those. Okay. And then of course here we have the top itself. This is the 3-bow, 6-foot length, 46 height, 73 to 78 inch width. So that should fit in here. I think I measured it, and I think this is like 80 some inches. So this should work out good. I had to get the burgundy one. They were out of the black. All right, so the first thing I want to do, like I said, is I want to mock this up. I want this stuff out of the way. I need this. The first thing I'm going to do is take off this extra bow, or whatever you want to call it. Right, it's just one screw and a lock washer. And boom, that's it. Set that in there. All right, so here's what we got left. I'm going to take a male and female, put together. See, yeah, that's going to be perfect. That's going to sit well inside the rails. That's about as far back as I'm going to want it because I don't want it messing with the fuel lines. It doesn't really make sense to go any further back than that anyways. It wouldn't lay well. So that'll go like that. This is the rear one, isn't it? Okay, I had it backwards. No, that's right. Yeah, that's how that goes right there. So this will be my rear one. Okay. So it looked like my mount will go about right here. So let me show you the mounts I'm going to use. So these are the mounts I came up with so I don't have to drill anything. This block here is just, it's 3D printed. I designed it myself. This will connect onto the VersaTrack rail inside the boat. And the thing about this VersaTrack rail is it's not a perfect 90 degrees up and down. It's actually angled a little bit. So I had to angle this piece too so that when this got tightened, this mount would be straight up and down. So that was one of the challenges I had to overcome immediately. Not a big deal, just a little design change. These carriage bolts fit into the VersaTrack, screw it down tight. There you go, that's all it is. But this is what I came up with so I don't have to drill anything. So this is the mount I made in more detail. I installed 2 inserts, 1/4 inch by 20 inserts in here. This is the mount for the bow. And this will go in here. I'll screw it down with these, and then I have a drillless mount for my top. I have another version of this, which I made for the eyelets. I'll show off here in a minute. But if you don't have a 3D printer, which I realize most people don't, you can actually, the other ones I made were made out of wood. Just really simple. Just some scrap I had laying around. So the first hole to put anything on the VersaTrack is way down here. So this is about where I feel I want it. I want it as far back as I can get it. Okay, good. It's nice and tight. These are the pins I'm going to be using to hold the bows in those mounts. You just plug it in straight and then this bends over so that it can't come out. I'm using these because I like the quick release aspect of it. The ones that came with the kit were screw-ins, which I don't really want to deal with when I'm out on the water, so I'm going to use these instead. All right, I'm going to take this off for now. Okay, do the other side. All right, there we go. Like that. Okay, let's continue mocking this up. Okay. All right, that went in without any problem at all. So it's looking good so far. Yeah, nice. And it fits inside. Okay, let's keep it going. All right, those are all connected now. Yeah, that will work. So the mock-up looks good. It sits inside the boat, which is the most important thing for now. I'm going to try and put this top on with everything up here. I'm going to try and do it without taking everything apart. So we'll see how that goes. This top is not cheap, I don't think. I mean, from what I can tell, this is the boot. This is the cover that comes with it. Okay, I saw a tag on here. There it is. There's a tag on here that marks the front. So that's pretty helpful. I don't know how this is going to work. Can I move this out of the way for now? Yes. Can I move this out of the way for now? Also yes. That's the way to do it. Okay. That's fine. There we go. So far, so good. Go around to the other side. Okay, that is, got to even it out here. Okay, that one is in. And this is not all connected yet. Okay, that connected a lot easier than I expected it to. Let's do the next one. We'll do it the exact same way and see how we do. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, so now I need to prepare the mounts that I have put together for these connectors. And I'll show you that right now. So these are the mounts that I made for the eyelet connectors. And the reason I'm using these instead of 3D printed, this is made out of wood, by the way. Like I said, you don't need a 3D printer to make these mounts. I just used a piece of scrap wood I had laying around. The reason I used wood on this one is because this is hardened metal. And I tried drilling these out so they would accommodate my 1/4 inch by 20 screws. But it is nearly impossible to drill these things out without breaking drill bits. So I just made these quickly out of wood. They've got the same connector system, just a couple of carriage bolts and a couple of screws here. And you can see I've painted these black. You can see the paint marks. This is going to go right on top of here. And then I am going to screw it down using the screws that were provided with the kit. I assume these are sheet metal screws. But that'll be my front and rear mounts for the straps. And I'm not really sure where I want this mount to be. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen when I lift this thing up. Oh yeah. Okay. I think about right there. I don't know if I want this strap going at this deep of an angle. I probably would prefer it to be like this, which is what I think I'm going to do. Tighten this up as much as it will go. That's what it's going to look like when it's up. I still need to put on the back strap. I want to do that now before this thing falls. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shorten this up as much as I can. I actually may need to lengthen that one. All right, so I've got my lock washer and my little screw here. All right, so this is the section that let me get it real quick before I go into that. So this is the section where if I wanted, I could put in this bow here. Looks like they want it to sit about there. But for now, I'm choosing not to, just to see if I can get by with just this. If I want to fold this thing down, I would have to unscrew the mount for this one so it would tuck in underneath as it folded, which may be fine. I may end up doing that. But what I was trying to avoid was the unscrewing part. Without this, all I have to do is unclip the front and then just fold it down and we're done. So this would just be an extra step that I'm trying to avoid. Once this top is up, there's not a ton of room to get onto the back deck. So if I can avoid crawling underneath there, that's what I want to do. And there's one. I'm going to build the other one real quick. All right, for placement, I wanted to have some tension against the front. I think. I don't know. It's not very tight. All right, we'll put it right there for now. Boy, these mounts hold good. Those aren't going anywhere. Okay. Now let's go do the other side. All right, there you have it, my no drill Bimini install. It's pretty good. it seems pretty good quality for as much as it costs. You know, you wouldn't expect something like this that costs less than $200 to be really well crafted, but I mean, it seems pretty solid. And you know, if it only lasts me a year, hey, it was 175 bucks. I'll just get a new one. I mean, the sun and the heat here in Arizona is going to be brutal on this thing if I have it up for any length of time. I don't know if I'll use this at all when I'm by myself, but certainly when my son and my wife are out with me, I'm sure they will appreciate this. So we'll just have to see how long it lasts. What I want to do now is fold it all down and see how it does. There we go. It's fully installed. That didn't take very long. The parts I designed for the mounts worked out well. We'll see how long they last, but I think we'll do fine. Well, that's pretty much it, YouTube. Quick and easy, just the way I like it. Everything went as designed. Now we just have to see it holds up on the water, and we'll find that out quickly because I'm going out tomorrow to test this thing out. So I'll let you know.